నా మైక్రో Hello everyone, welcome to Sankalp Learning Solutions. Now I am going to solve the SSLC Model Paper First 2025-26 and subject Science in English Medium. Hello everyone, welcome to Sankalp Learning Solutions. Now I am going to solve SSLC Model Paper First 2025 and 26 Science in English Medium. Let us start to solve the question one by one. So first main, four alternatives are given for each of the following questions or incomplete statements. Choose the correct alternative and write the complete answer along with its letter of alphabet. So first question, the SI unit of potential difference is option A volt V, option B ampere A, option C coulomb C, and option D ohm meter. Here SI unit of potential difference is what? So the answer is volt. It is V. Here option A is correct. Option B is wrong. Why? Because ampere is the unit of current. Ampere is the unit of current. It is not the unit of potential difference. And again, option C is also wrong because coulomb is the unit of charge. It is not the unit of potential difference. And again, option D is also wrong because ohm meter is the unit of resistivity. Ohm meter is the unit of resistivity. So option A, volt V is the correct answer. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see question number 2. The reciprocal of focal length of lens is option A, the power of lens, option B, the radius of curvature of lens, option C, equal to the sum of object distance and image distance, option D, equal to the difference between the object distance and image distance. The reciprocal of focal length of lens, it is nothing but 1 by f is equal to what? See, this is the standard formula, and according to statement of power of lens, 1 by f is equal to p. So, option A is the correct answer. The reciprocal of focal length of lens is power of lens. Radius of curvature is nothing but it is r. It does not equal to the power. So equal to the sum of object distance and image distance is nothing but u minus v. This is also not equal to 1 by f, and again equal to the difference between the object distance and image distance, that is u minus v. This is u plus v. This is u minus v. So this one is also not equal to power p. So the correct option is the power of lens, that is option A. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see the next question. Second main. Answer the following questions. Question number 3. Write the symbol of the following components used in the electric circuit. In that first one, dry cell, and second one, rheostat. You have to draw the symbol of these two. Okay, first one is dry cell or cell. It contains two ends. One end is positive and another one is negative. This large line indicates positive end and short line indicate the negative end. So you have to draw the cell like this, plus and minus. Okay, then rheostat. This is the symbolic representation of rheostat. It contains two ends and in middle one arrow mark should be drawn. Or we can draw the symbol like this also. Two ends and one upper end, it is denoted by up arrow. Okay. You can write the symbol like this also. So these two are the symbolic representation of the component, that is cell and rheostat. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see fourth question. Observe the below figure. When switch is closed, does the B end of the solenoid attracts the N end of the bar magnet? Clarify the answer. So the diagram is like this. It is already given in question. This is solenoid which is connected to battery, and key, this is the bar magnet. Okay. Now the question is, when the switch is closed, does the B end of the solenoid attract to the N end of the bar magnet? See, we know that when the attraction takes place and repulsion takes place. Here, when the switch is closed, the current starts flowing in this circuit. So, the current is flow through the solenoid. At that time, it acts like a magnet. So, the A end of the solenoid act as south pole and B end of the solenoid act as north pole. Hence, this B end is nothing but it acts now N, north pole. So it comes close to the north pole of the bar magnet. Repulsion takes place. Hence the answer is there is no attraction. Here repulsion takes place between the B end of the solenoid and N end of the bar magnet. Clarify your answer. So you have to write the clarification here. Clarification is when the switch is closed means the current flow through the circuit. So the solenoids behave like a magnet and its B end acts as N pole. So N and N pole are the like poles. They get repel each other. This is the answer. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see next question. Third mean answer the following questions. Fifth question. What precautionary measures have to be taken to avoid overload in a domestic circuits? So the question is related to the precautionary measurements which we have to take to avoid the overload in the domestic circuits. So first thing, the live and neutral wires in the circuit, it should not come in direct contact. See, in domestic circuits, it contains so many wires. In that, live and neutral wire is also there. So these two wires should not come in direct contact. If suppose it comes to direct contact, then overload takes place in the circuit. So this is the first point of precautionary. And second one, the insulating coating on the wire should not be damaged. Insulating coating on the wire should not be damaged. Every wire having some insulation coatings. So if suppose this insulation coating get damaged, that overload takes place in the circuit. So insulating coating on the wire should not be damaged. This is the second point. And next one, there should be no fault in electrical appliances. This domestic circuit contains so many appliances that should not be fault in any one of that appliances. Those all are in proper manner. Okay. So this is also precautionary point. And then many appliances should not be connected to single socket. See this domestic circuit, it having sockets. Every appliances are connected in different sockets. Not so many appliances should not be connected in a single socket. This is also precautionary point which we have to take to avoid the overload in a domestic circuit. Then using a fuse of the appropriate rating in electrical circuit. We have to, this fuse is very important component. This is in appropriate rating. So it avoids the overload in a domestic circuits. You should write at least 4 points because it is asked for 2 marks. Okay. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see sixth question. Mention the factors on which the resistance of a conductor depends. Here you have to write the factors on which resistance of the conductor depends. Resistance depends upon, this resistance is directly proportional to length and it is inversely proportional to area. So R is proportional to length L and area A. So it depends upon length, cross sectional area, and then material of the conductor and temperature of the conductor. So firstly it depends upon the length of the conductor. According to equation, radius is directly proportional to length. So length increases, radius of the conductor is also increasing. This is the first factor which it depends. Second one, area of cross section of the conductor or thickness of conductor. Here resistance is inversely proportional to area. Area of the conductor increases, resistance decreases. Area of conductor decreases, resistance increases. They are inversely proportional. And next thing, it depends upon the nature of conductor. It is nothing but how much charge carriers are available in that conductor is also depending factor. Then also the resistance depends upon the temperature of conductor, means how many charge carriers are available to conduct the electricity, and also it depends upon the how vigorously the atoms are moving when the temperature of the conductor increasing. These all are the factors which the resistance of the conductor depends. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see question number 7. Observe the figure given below. Name the angle of deviation and identify its value. This diagram is already given in your question. So you have to see this diagram and find out the angle of deviation first. We know that what is deviation or how the deviation angle is formed. This deviation angle is nothing but angle formed between the incident ray and emergent ray. See, this is incident ray and this one is the emergent ray. So in between these two rays, the deviation angle is formed. So this is the angle of deviation. This is the angle of deviation. So angle HGF, angle H, G and F, here the deviation angle formed. Once you find out the deviation angle, it's very easy to write the value because all the values are already mentioned in this diagram. So this is deviation angle and this indicates 38 degree. So the value of deviation is here 38 degree. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see next question. Fourth main, answer the following questions. In that 8, A, 8 question having A and B. In that A, mention any two symptoms of myopic eye. How can this defect be rectified? Mention any two symptoms of myopic eye. We know that what is myopia? Myopia is nothing but commonly we called it as short-sightedness, right? Then what are the symptoms of myopic eye? That is the question. And how to rectify the defect. So see, this is the structure of our eye. Mainly our eye contain lens. This is very important part of our eye, lens. So the symptom of myopic eye is, first symptom, the curvature of the eye lens is very high. This is lens. If suppose the person having myopic eye, that person curvature of eye lens is very high. Curvature is nothing but this one. It is very high. That is the symbol of, that is the symptom of myopic eye. And one more symptom, that is the eye bulb is longer than usual. See, this is eye bulb. This is not in a normal shape. If suppose you have the myopic eye symptoms, this eye bulb is longer than as usual, like this. This is not in a normal shape, it is longer than as usual. So how to correct this defect? This defect means this myopic eye is corrected by using the concave lens. This is rectified by using concave lens. See, this is concave lens, right? By using this lens, we can correct this defect. Then let us see eighth question in that B. What is the power of accommodation of eye? What is the power of accommodation of eye? See, this is the statement. The ability of eye lens to adjust its focal length while seeing the near and distant objects. Power of accommodation is nothing but ability of eye lens to adjust its focal length while seeing the near and distant objects. It is nothing but, see, this is the lens of our eye. This eye lens should adjust. So due to this adjustment, it helps to see the objects, whether it may be near object or it may be distant objects. So the ability of this lens to adjust the focal length adjustment is very important. If suppose this focal length adjustment is not proper, we can't see the objects clearly. So, power of accommodation of eye represents the ability of our eye lens to adjust the focal length while seeing the near and distant objects. So, this lens becomes thicker and thinner. So, this two ends of the lens contain ciliary muscles. This muscles helps to change the size of the lens. Due to that, it can easily adjust the focal length. So, this is called power of accommodation of eye. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see next question. In sixth main, multiple choice questions. Question number 13. The constituent metals in brass are option A, copper and zinc, option B, aluminium and tin, option C, copper and tin, option D, zinc and aluminium. Here The constituent metals in brass. Constituent is nothing but primary composition or primary metals in brass. So the correct answer is option A, copper and zinc. This copper and zinc are the constituent or primary metals which used to make this brass. This remaining option B is wrong. Why? Because this aluminium is not a primary or constituent metal. It is only small amount of additive. And again, tin. This tin is also not a constituent metal because tin is used in, or this tin is the constituent metal in bronze. This is not, this tin is the constituent metal in bronze, not brass. So the correct answer is copper and zinc. Option A is the right answer. Remaining all are wrong. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see next question, that is 14th one. Analyze the experiment expressed in the above figure. The molecular formula of the solution Y that gives a yellow color precipitate by reacting with Ki solution, and that the another product that forms here respectively are option A, PbNO3 twice and KNO3, option B, PbI2 and KNO3, option C, PbNO3 twice and Ki, option D, PbNO3 twice and K2SO4. See, just read this question very carefully. The molecular formula of the solution Y that gives a yellow color precipitate. Here there must be two reactants and it gives products. Okay, this Y react with that Ki. See here, PbNO3 twice is nothing but lead nitrate. It react with this Ki. Ki is nothing but potassium iodide, right? Okay. It gives product. That product must be contained in yellow color precipitate. See, this is related to double displacement reaction. PbNO3 twice plus Ki will give PbI2 plus, so PbNO3 twice plus 2 Ki will give PbI2 plus 2 KNO3. See, check the correctness of the equation, balancing equation. Yes, it is already balanced. PbNO3 twice plus 2 Ki will give PbI2 plus 2 KNO3. This is the double displacement reaction. The question is, when this Y is nothing but PbNO3 twice, it react with Ki. It gives one yellow color precipitate plus another product. So here the outcome or products are PbI2 plus 2 KNO3. Hence the correct answer is PbI2 and KNO3. Remaining all are wrong. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see question number 15. A property of carbon that is responsible for giving rise large molecules is option A, tetravalency, option B, catenation, option C, inflammability, and option D, allotropism. The question is related to the property, structural property of carbon. This responsible for giving rise large molecule. Which property of the carbon is responsible for giving rise large molecule? That is the question. Here tetravalency is nothing but the carbon having valency of 4 atoms. It bond with another 4 atoms. It does not form the large chain. So this is wrong. And second one is catenation. Catenation is the one unique character or unique property of the carbon, which carbon having valence electrons, it bond with the other carbon atoms and it gives rise large molecule. So the catenation is the correct answer. And next, third one is wrong. C, option C is wrong. Why? Because inflammability is not a structural property of carbon. This is the chemical property. This is the chemical property. Hence, it is wrong. The question related to the structural property of carbon. This inflammability is the chemical property. So this is wrong. And fourth, that D option is also wrong. Why? Because allotropism is nothing but this tells about the existence of metals in different forms. Allotropism is existence of an element in more than one physical form. So it does not give the large molecule chain. So catenation is the correct answer. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see 7th main. Answer the following questions. 16th question. How do you detect a base using blue litmus paper? How do you detect a base using blue litmus paper? We know that uh, find out the acids and bases. Generally we use the litmus paper test, right? We use the litmus paper test. The question is, how do you detect a base using blue litmus paper? With the help of blue litmus paper, how to find out it is base? Okay. See, when you dip this blue litmus paper in a base, it does not change its color. That indicate that that is base. So the answer is the color of litmus paper does not change when dipped in a basic solution. When the blue litmus paper is dipped in a basic solution, it does not change its color. So this way we can detect a base using blue litmus paper. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see question number 17. What are the application of thermite reaction? The question is, what are the application of thermite reaction? See, what is thermite reaction? It is highly exothermic redox reaction. We know that thermite reaction is nothing but highly exothermic redox reaction. It produces large amount of heat. That heat can help to change the metal products to molten state. So it helps to fill the gap. So the application of thermite reaction is mainly it is used to join railway tracks, and second application is used to join the broken machine parts. We consider here one thing. Generally this thermite reaction is used to join for different parts, like join the railway tracks and join broken machine parts like this. Why? Because thermite reaction releases huge amount of heat. That heat helps to uh, produce the metal in a molten state, and that is help for the joining of these gaps. Okay, so this is the application of thermite reaction. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see question number 18. Write the structural formula of an unsaturated carbon compound containing 4 carbon atoms and a ketone functional group. The question is, write the structural formula of an unsaturated carbon compound. We know that what is saturated and what is unsaturated carbon compounds, right? Unsaturated is nothing but that carbon chain having double or triple bonds, that is called unsaturated, right? So here also this carbon chain having one or more double bond or triple bonds, and again the condition is 4 carbon atoms with the ketone is the functional group. Ketone is nothing but C double bond O. This represents the ketone functional group. See how to write this structural formula. First of all, it contains 4 carbons. So but, right? But means 4. So but is the starting, and then functional group is ketone. So butanone. Butanone, it is C4H8O. Then how to write the structure? It contains 4 carbons. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right? It contains 4 carbons and it must contain one ketone functional group. So then again here contain one double bond O. Then see, check this. It contain one ketone functional group C double bond O. With that 4 carbon unsaturated carbon compounds. It contain one double bond and one ketone group. So butanone is the name, and structural formula you should draw like this, or we can write the structural formula like this also. See, 1, 2, 3 and 4 carbon compounds, then hydrogen. Here we can show like the C double bond O ketone group, and again hydrogen. See, you can draw any one, okay, like this or like this, both are same. So the unsaturated carbon compound containing 4 carbon with a ketone functional group, that is butanone, you can draw the structure like this. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see next question, that is Hello everyone. Let us see next question, that is seventh main. Answer the following questions. In that 19th question, draw the diagram of the arrangement of apparatus used to show the reaction of zinc granules with dilute sulfuric acid and label the hydrogen gas bubbles. So this is for 2 marks. You should draw the diagram of the arrangement of the apparatus which is related to reaction of zinc granules with dilute sulfuric acid. You should label the part that is hydrogen gas bubbles. Then now we will see how to draw the diagram. Okay, see, this is the diagram. You should draw the diagram like this. It contain one stand and then one test tube. In that test tube, it having zinc granules. See, these all are the zinc metal, and it is in the solution, that is sulfuric acid. Then after this metal zinc granules react with the solution, it gives hydrogen gas bubbles. You should label that here. This is the hydrogen gas bubbles. Hydrogen gas bubbles. In question, they ask only draw this diagram and label the hydrogen gas bubbles part. Okay. This is the hydrogen gas bubbles. You should draw the diagram like this. This is the arrangement of the apparatus diagram. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see 20th question. In that, A, name the salts responsible for the hardness of water. This is the 20th question. This question contain A and B. In that, A, name the salts which is responsible for hardness of water. Which salt is responsible for the hardness of water? We know that water having the property of that hardness and softness, right? Which salt is responsible for the hardness? Mainly the calcium salt and magnesium salts are the calcium and magnesium salts are the responsible for the hardness of water. Generally, we can say like this, the primarily calcium and magnesium salts. In that, primarily it is bicarbonates and then chlorides and sulfates. The main cause for the hardness of water is due to the calcium salt and magnesium salts. In that, primarily bicarbonates, chlorides and sulfides. You just mention the name of the salt, that is calcium salt and magnesium salt. Then 20th B, write the name and the molecular formula of the simplest hydrocarbon. The question is name and write the molecular formula of the simplest hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon group, we know that it contains hydrogen and as well as carbon, right? So write any one simplest hydrocarbon, name that and write the molecular formula of that. So we can write like this, name is methane. This is the example for the simplest hydrocarbon, and write the molecular formula also, right? Methane, the molecular formula is of methane is CH4. CH4 means one carbon and four hydrogen atoms. Okay. CH4, here carbon is also there and hydrogen is also there. Hence it is related to hydrocarbon group, and it is the simplest hydrocarbon. Example for simplest hydrocarbon. The question is name and write the molecular formula. Name is methane. It is example for simplest hydrocarbon, and structural formula is CH4. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see 21st question. Draw the diagram to the arrangement of the apparatus used in the electrolytic refining of copper and label the cathode. Label the cathode end. This is the question. Here you have to draw the arrangement of apparatus which is used in electrolytic refining of copper and label the cathode end. Okay. Let us see how to draw. This is the diagram. You should draw the diagram like this. Here all the parts are labeling. In this question they ask only to label the cathode end. See, this is the cathode end. You just mention this end only. You should draw the diagram like this. Generally it contains anode and cathodes, then battery connection and key. Then this cathode and anode are dipped in one solution, that is copper sulfate solution, and this is the impurities which is collected in anode. This is collected here. This is called anode mud. This is the arrangement of apparatus which you have to draw in the exam. Okay, in that you just mention the cathode end. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see 8th main. Answer the following questions. In that 22, write the balanced chemical equation for the following word equations. Here the equations are in wordings. You should write it in formulas. Okay. First one, manganese oxide plus hydrochloric acid will give manganese chloride plus chlorine plus water. Okay. We'll see how to write the chemical equation. Manganese oxide is nothing but MnO2. This is the manganese oxide plus hydrochloric acid. It is 4HCl. HCl is hydrochloric acid, will give manganese chloride, that is MnCl2 plus chlorine, that is Cl2 plus water, that is 2H2O. This is the balanced chemical equation for above wording equations. Okay, manganese oxide MnO2 plus hydrochloric acid, that is 4HCl, will give the product, that is manganese chloride MnCl2 plus chlorine Cl2 plus water, that is 2H2O. See this 2H2O, 4H is there. So here is also 4H. It is chemically balanced, right? chemically balanced equations. Then we'll see second one. Again here also the equation is in wordings. You should write it in the form of equation. Calcium hydroxide plus carbon dioxide will give calcium carbonate plus water. Then third one, zinc carbonate will give zinc oxide plus carbon dioxide. How to write this two? First we will see second one, this one, calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide, that is CaOH twice, CaOH twice plus carbon dioxide, that is CO2, will give calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3 plus water, that is H2O. This is the balanced chemical equation. CaOH twice plus CO2 will give CaCO3 plus H2. Then we'll see how to write this third one. Zinc carbonate will give zinc oxide plus carbon dioxide. Here this is product. Zinc carbonate is product and zinc oxide and carbon dioxide are the reactants. So zinc carbonate is nothing but ZnCO3. Zinc carbonate will give zinc oxide plus carbon dioxide, that is CO2. So zinc carbonate ZnCO3 will give zinc oxide ZnO plus carbon dioxide CO2. This is the balanced chemical equation. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see next question. That is 22nd question. Here this is the OR question. Convert the following chemical reactions into chemical equations. Here again some chemical reactions are given in wordings. You should write it in chemical equation form. First one, ammonia forms when nitrogen gas react with hydrogen gas. Ammonia forms when nitrogen gas reacts with hydrogen gas. We'll see how to write. Ammonia is formed, means it is product. The reactants are nitrogen gas and hydrogen gas. So nitrogen and hydrogen. Hydrogen is H2 plus nitrogen is N2 will give ammonia, that is NH3. Will give ammonia NH3. Then second one, sodium oxide reacts with water to form sodium hydroxide. And third one, by reacting with water, potassium metal produces potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. We'll discuss one by one. Firstly, how to write the chemical equation for the second one. Sodium oxide reacts with water to form sodium hydroxide. See, sodium oxide. Second one, sodium oxide is Na2O. It reacts with water, that is H2O, will give sodium. It reacts with water to form sodium hydroxide, 2NaOH. This is the chemical equation for this above chemical equation in wordings. Okay. Sodium oxide, that is Na2O, reacts with water, that is H2O, will give the product sodium hydroxide, that is 2NaOH. Then write for third one. By reacting with water, potassium metal produces potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. By reacting with water, potassium metal produces, means here the potassium is react with water, right? 2K plus 2H2O will give potassium hydroxide, that is 2KOH plus hydrogen gas, that is H2. So here potassium react with the water, produces the potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. This is the answer. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see 23 question. 4 solutions A, B, C and D when tested with a universal indicator showed pH as 5, 2, 7 and 11 respectively. Find out first one, which solution has more hydronium ion, and second one, which is neutral, and third one, which is the weak acid. See, this is the question. Here 4 solutions are given, that is A, B, C and D. Okay. These 4 solutions having pH values, that is A having pH value 5 and B having 2, C having 7 and D having 11. This is the question. Here they ask which solution has more hydronium ions, means A, B, C, D. 4 solutions are there. Which solution has more hydronium ion? How to find out the hydronium ions? Which solution having more hydronium ion means how to calculate this? This is purely depends upon the pH value of the solution, right? Uh, Here pH scale measures the concentration of hydronium ion. So lower the pH value, it indicates the higher concentration of hydronium ion. pH value lower, it indicates the more hydronium ion. Which solution having lower pH value here? Solution B. So for this first one, which solution has more hydronium ion? The answer is B solution. This one, because B solution here pH value is low. pH value is low. Lower the pH value, it indicates the more hydronium ions. Then second one, which is neutral, which is means this solutions A, B, C and D, which solution is neutral? How to tell which one is neutral? This is also depend on the pH value. With which solution having pH values exactly 7, that is the neutral. Okay, which solution having exact pH value 7, that solution is considered as neutral. So the answer is C solutions. C solution having exact pH value 7. So exactly pH value is 7. That's why C solution is considered as neutral solutions. Then third one, which one is weak acid? How can we differentiate which one is weak acid and which one is strong acid? Again, it depends upon the pH value of the solution. Which solution having the pH value near to 7, that is considered as weak acid. Here below 7, two solutions are come, solution A and solution B, but this B solution is considered as more hydronium. Which one is near to 7? Here between this 5 and 2, which one is near to 7? This solution A that contains pH value 5, it is near to the pH value of 7. Near to pH 7. That's why the solution A is considered as weak acid. So these three are the answers. Which solution has more hydronium ion? B solution having the more hydronium ion, and the C solution is considered as neutral, and A solution is considered as the weak acid. This is the answer. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see next question, 24th. In that, this question contain A and B. In that A question, explain the formation of sodium chloride molecule by the transfer of electrons. Explain the formation of sodium chloride, that is NaCl. Calculate this a formation of sodium chloride. Explain how this formation happens. Let us see this step by step. First one, this sodium atom loses its one valence electrons and becomes cation. We know that sodium atomic number is 11, right? Sodium 11. In that, outermost or its electronic configuration is 281. In outermost, it contains 1 electrons. Hence, it loses this one atom. Sorry, this sodium loses this one electron and it becomes cation. Once it loses one electron, it becomes Na plus cation. Then again, the chlorine atom, which it gains an electron to its valence shell from the sodium atom and it becomes anion, that is Cl minus. See this chlorine having atomic number 17, right? Atomic number of chlorine is 17. The electronic configuration is 2, 8, 7. In outermost, it contains 7 electrons. So, it requires one more electron to complete this shell. Hence, it receives the electron from this sodium. So, it gains an electron from the sodium and this chlorine becomes chlorine minus, Cl minus. Here the sodium atom gives one electron to chlorine and sodium becomes cation. This chlorine receives one electron and it becomes anion, that is Cl minus. These two property charged atoms attract each other and will be held together by a strong electrostatic force of attraction between them to give sodium chloride molecules. Here sodium, which having one extra electron in its outermost shell. It gives this electron to chlorine, right? This electron to chlorine. Chlorine, it contains 7 electrons in its outermost shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So from one electron which is donated by the sodium, it come and add this to chlorine. So finally this becomes sodium Na plus and Cl minus. Here plus and minus are the opposite charges. Those attract each other and it forms sodium chloride. So this is the explanation how the formation of sodium chloride molecules formed by the transfer of electrons. Always sodium transfer one electron and that chlorine gains the electron from the sodium. Finally, both sodium and chlorine having opposite charges, they get attract each other and strong bond is formed between these two. This is the explanation. Let us see B question, 24th B. What are the products obtained when aluminium metal react with steam? What are the products obtained when aluminium metal react with steam? Here the you have to write it in equation form, okay? Or before going to write the answer, you have just remember how this reactant and products formed. What are the products obtained when aluminium metal react with steam? See here, when aluminium metal react with steam. Here generally this aluminium oxide and hydrogen gas is formed. How this it is formed? Aluminium oxide and hydrogen gas. Here the aluminium metal reacts with steam. Aluminium, that is 2Al plus 3H2O, means aluminium react with the steam, will give Al2O3, that is aluminium oxide plus hydrogen gas 3H2 is released. 3H2 is released. So here what are the products obtained? That is the question. First you should remember how this reactants react and give the product. Here the reactants aluminium metal react with steam, 2Al plus 3H2O. This is the reactants. It reacts and give the product, that is Al2O3 plus 3H2, that is aluminium oxide, and hydrogen gas is released. So answer is aluminium oxide Al2O3 and hydrogen gas H2 is released. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see next question. Question number 24. Again this question contain A and B sub questions. So 24 in that A, explain the formation of magnesium chloride molecule by the transfer of electrons. This is OR question. 24th question contain OR question. In that A, explain the formation of magnesium chloride molecule by the transfer of electrons. How the magnesium chloride molecule is formed? You have to explain those step by step. Okay, let us see how the magnesium chloride is formed. Firstly, magnesium atom loses its 2 valence electrons and it becomes cation. Here magnesium atom, it loses 2 valence electrons. What is the atomic number of magnesium? It is 12, right? 12. So electron configuration is 2, 8, 2. In outermost shell it contains 2 valence electrons. So these 2 valence electrons are lost by magnesium. Means magnesium atom loses these 2 valence electrons and finally it becomes Mg2 plus because it loses 2 valence electrons and becomes 2 plus. Okay. Then two chlorine atoms gain an electron each to its valence shell from the magnesium atom and become anion. See, chlorine Cl2 is there. Each Cl means Cl plus Cl, Cl2, each Cl2 which receives the electron from magnesium. So Cl, its atomic number is 17, right? 17. It having the electron configuration 287. Outermost shell contains 7 electrons. It requires one more electron to complete this shell. So it receives one electron from magnesium and again another Cl receives one electron from magnesium. So 2 chlorine means Cl2. Each chlorine atom gain one electron from magnesium because magnesium loses 2 electrons here. So these 2 electrons are received by chlorine and it becomes 2Cl minus. These oppositely charged atoms attract each other and will be held together by a strong electrostatic force of attraction between them to give magnesium chloride molecule. So here magnesium, it loses 2 electrons and becomes Mg2 plus, means here 2 electrons in outermost of magnesium is given to chlorine, right? This chlorine atom gains one electron from the magnesium. Finally, it becomes Mg2 plus Cl2 minus. So, this plus and minus are the opposite charges. They get attract each other and they form one strong bond between them. So, finally, it gives MgCl2 molecule. MgCl2. This is the way of formation of magnesium chloride molecule by the transfer of electrons. Let us see 24th B. How is pure zinc obtained from zinc oxide? Pure zinc obtained from zinc oxide. So, pure zinc is obtained by reducing the zinc oxide with coke. This is the answer. Pure zinc is obtained by the reduction process. So this process takes place. Zinc oxide plus coke will give pure zinc plus CO. This is the equation. Here pure zinc is obtained from zinc oxide. Zinc oxide plus coke will give zinc plus CO. So you have to write it in sentence form. Pure zinc is obtained by reducing the zinc oxide with coke. This is the answer. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see next question. 10th main. Answer the following questions. In that 25th, again this 25th question contain A and B. In that A, write the structures of N-butane and isobutane. Write the structures of N-butane and isobutane. What is this N-butane and isobutanes? N-butane and isobutane. These are the structural isomers, right? This N-butane and isobutanes are called structural isomers. Structural isomers. What is this structural isomers? Isomers is nothing but that having same molecular formula but different structures. Here also N-butane and isobutane having same molecular formula but the structural formation is different. That is called structural isomers. Here write the structure, that is the question. You have to write the structure for N-butane and isobutane. Let us see how to write this. See here, this is the structural formation of N-butane. N-butane molecular formula, that is C4H10, 4 carbon and 10 hydrogen, right? See 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atoms are there. This bond with the 10 hydrogen. This is the N-butane structure. Then how to write isobutane for this? The question is write the structure for N-butane and also isobutane. See, isobutane is nothing but this is the structural isomer of butane, right? N-butane shows the 4 carbon atom chain. It is unbranched. There is no branch in carbon, right? This is N-butane is unbranched. Unbranched carbon chain, but this isobutane having branched carbon chain. It having branched chain. So now we'll see how to draw the isobutane, right? It must contain branched chain. So again here also 4 carbon are there. 1, 2, 3 and 4. But this is isobutane, hence it is in the form of branched. Okay. 4 carbon and again it having 10 hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. See, this is the structure of isobutane and this is the structure of N-butane. The difference is this N-butane is having unbranched chain but isobutane is formed in branched chain. Both are having same molecular formula but structure is different. That's why we called it as structural isomers. Okay. So this is the answer. We'll see 25th B. What is esterification? How ethene is obtained from ethanol? What is esterification? How ethene is obtained from ethanol? You have to write the definition of esterification first. Alcohol and carboxylic acid react to form an ester. The reaction is called esterification reaction. So what is esterification? Alcohol and carboxylic acids. Alcohol is nothing but functional group is OH and carboxylic is COOH, right? These are the functional group. These alcohol and carboxylic acids react to form an ester. This reaction is called esterification reaction. This is the definition of esterification. Then how ethene is obtained from ethanol? How the ethene is obtained from the ethanol? When ethanol is heated at 443 Kelvin with excess concentrated sulfuric acid, ethanol undergoes dehydration to form the ethene. This is the process of obtaining ethene from ethanol. Okay. See, this is the equation CH3CH2OH. This is nothing but ethanol. This ethanol is heated at 443 Kelvin heat with the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, which gives the ethanol, which gives the ethene, that is CH2 double bond CH2. See, ene is represents the double bond CH2 double bond CH2. This is ethene and water is released. This is the process of obtaining ethene from ethanol. How to obtain ethene from ethanol? First, ethanol is heated at 443 Kelvin in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. Then it gives the ethene. Then water is released. This is the process. Thank you. Hello everyone. Let us see 25th question. In that A, write the dot structure of nitrogen and propane molecules. Write the dot structures of nitrogen and propane molecules. How to write the dot structure? We'll see how to write. First, nitrogen. Nitrogen here N2. This atomic number is 7. Right? 7. The electron configuration is 2 and 5. Right? Outermost it contains 5 valence electrons. So this is the dot structure of nitrogen. See, nitrogen here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then it is formed a bond with another nitrogen. This one again, this contains 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 valence electrons. So finally it forms triple bond, right? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 valence electrons are formed here. 6 means 3 pair. It is triple bond, right? This is the dot structure of nitrogen. Then how to write the dot structure for propane? Propane is nothing but C3H4, right? Molecular formula C3H4, carbon 3, hydrogen 4 here. The bond is formed between carbon 3 and hydrogen 4. We know that carbon in its outermost shell, it contains 4 valence electrons, and hydrogen, it contains 1 valence electrons. So bond is formed between these 4 and 1. Okay. See, this is hydrogen. First you have to draw 3 carbon, then 4 hydrogen like this. Now the bond is formed. This is carbon, it having 1, 2, 3 and 4 valence electrons. It bond with 1 electron of hydrogen. Again here also carbon atom, it having 4 valence electrons and bond 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here also carbon, it having 1, 2, 3 and 4. This bond with hydrogen atoms like this. This is the dot structure of propane. So these two are the dot structure of nitrogen and propane molecules. You have to draw the dot structure like this. We'll see 25th B. Explain the cleansing action of soap on dirt. How the cleansing action of soap takes place towards the dirt. Okay. Now we'll see. Say this is the micelle formation in a soap. Soap, first it forms one micelle formation and after it cleans the dirt, grease or oils, whatever. Okay. See, mainly it contains hydrophilic and hydrophobic ends. The molecules of soap have hydrophilic, this is also called as ionic end, and hydrophobic, this is also called as non-ionic end. First of all, the molecule of soap have two ends. One is hydrophilic, that is called ionic. This is hydrophilic ends. This is called ionic end of the soap molecule. And another one is hydrophobic, or it is called non-ionic end. This end is called hydrophobic end. These ends are called hydrophobic end. This ionic end of the soap means hydrophilic end of the soap interacts with water. This end interacts with water. See, this is towards the water, right? See, like this. Dirt or grease is here. Then this is water. This hydrophilic head or this hydrophilic end is towards this water. Hence, the ionic end of the soap interacts with water while the carbon chain interacts with oil. This another end, it interacts with oil. First of all, this molecule, soap molecule contain two ends, hydrophilic, that is called ionic, and another one is hydrophobic, that is called non-ionic. This ionic end is always interact with water, while the other end it interact with the oil, like this. So the soap molecules thus forms a structure called micelle. Like this soap molecules forms one micelle structure. Then one end of the molecule is towards the oil droplet while the ionic end faces outside. Say one end, this is hydrophobic end which is towards the oil, and another one end, that is hydrophilic, it is towards the water. So like this micelle is formed. The micelles thus help in pulling out the dirt in water. This forms the soap molecules which cleans the dirt. This is the explanation of cleansing action of soap on dirt. Thank you.